Artist, animator, photographer, sculptor. You may not know the name, but you've probably seen his work. The absurdist art of David Shrigley is instantly recognisable and seemingly everywhere, from T-shirts to books, greeting cards to gallery walls. In a chilly Glasgow studio, we caught up with the artist to chat about his methods and find out if he's as dark and peculiar as his art suggests.
Yesterday I made this. It's a finger painting. I've got a thing about finger painting at the moment. It's kind of rewarding somehow. So this is just the dimensions of the board. I'm sure it's highly unoriginal in terms of an idea-based painting, but you know, it was late in the day, I was cold, and I wanted a solution to the painting, as it were, before the paint dried. I tend to just start with a blank page, and my only task is to fill the page. And that's it, that's all I tell myself, and then my work is done, and that's all there is to it. So what was I going to write on this one? What colour is this? What date is this? What's the date of the year of the Russian Revolution? 1917. It's a bit muddy, it was a bit messy. That was my idea. Okay, that'll do. I'm sure I won't like it in the end.
The Shrigley style is distinguished by its deceptively crude aesthetic. There's a childlike ineptitude about his black and white drawings, complete with misspellings and crossings out. So, is this deliberately cultivated?
You know, in terms of objectively rendering three-dimensional space on a page, I'd say my skills were possibly better than the man in the street, because I did actually go to art school, and I did kind of, you know, did all that, but that's not to say what I'm doing is sort of faux naive. I draw the way I draw because it's comfortable, you know. That's just the way I walk, the way I draw, the way I speak, kind of thing. It's not an affectation. It's real. I'm making a small pom-pom out of steel, which, if it looks good when it's finished, might be in an exhibition. And if it looks bad, it'll stay in here. You know, obviously I don't really have a lot of craft skills, or at least I certainly don't display a lot of craft skills in the work. So that's kind of quite liberating in a way, because nobody expects me to do anything too well. It's my expectation's quite low. This is all I'm trusted to do. You do the welding, I'll do the bending. So, oh yeah, I used to be a bender on the ships, on the Clyde. My dad was a welder, but I, you know, always had a passion for bending. Closed, not open. You see, having said that, I'm like a really slapdash artist. I'm actually sort of slightly obsessive-compulsive about everything as well. So even within the kind of cruddy aesthetic, it has to be just so, otherwise it sort of drives me nuts. And you know, you put a fingerprint on the black painted board and I'm suddenly like, oh God, I can't. That's really annoying me now. You know, you can quite easily drive yourself nuts with these kind of aesthetic decisions. There's just nothing you can do about it, you know. You just have to accept that you're nuts. Today I had to do something that involved the word crap or rubbish or whatever. So I had to write crap, 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 just to get it so it somehow looked right. But I suppose if somebody else found that, you know, it would, out of context, it suddenly becomes something interesting. But for me, it's just me trying to write the word crap in a way that's acceptable, you know, as you do. Thing is, I don't want it to look wacky, you know. Initially, I want it to look more crappy rather than wacky. And at the moment, it's looking a bit wacky, and I want a bit more crappiness.
When I was younger, I suffered from mental illness. But then I got better.
Characterised by its gallows humour and with an eye for the abnormal, Shrigley's work often says the unsayable.
Get off me!
You can't help wondering, is this the work of a deeply disturbed individual?
I suppose the work looks like it's made by somebody who you wouldn't want to meet. But, you know, I guess when I make that voice in the work is an invention to some extent. For me, it's perfectly normal, and I think it's probably quite healthy to have this alter ego to do all the killing and torturing so that you don't have to.
So, is that pom-pom crappy enough yet?
Beautiful.
Done.
Get the gallery on the phone. We'll talk prices.